Hello, and welcome to our weekly Wednesday program and the Circle of 12. This is going to be a very special program yet again. A little later on, we'll be joined by our guest from Australia, where you're going to be able to peek into a very special process. Tonight's weekly Wednesday program is offered for free on YouTube. So if you are watching this and you're not part of our wonderful and paid membership, you may want to consider joining. If you are one of our valued members, we have exciting news. Our Wednesday evenings are delivering much more energy than ever before. After 3.5 years of doing this program, now with the direction of Cryon, we're starting to change the style and the structure, which is designed to enhance our members' experience. Also, we'll continue to bring our members the very popular once-a-month Sunday morning program called The Green Mist. The Green Mist is a bonus program exclusively available to members only, and so far we've given 9 of these Green Mist meditations, all unique, very popular as I say, and filled with special healing energy, every single one of them. Now, for our YouTube subscribers, would you like to see a free Green Mist program so you know why it's so popular and know what all this is about? All right, it's easy. It's right here to see for free, cryonmasters.com/GM in lowercase. But the best part of membership is access to a portal where you'll find all of the replays of the past episodes. You can also request prayers of help from our community. Believe me, we have seen some amazing miracles as a result. Let me ask you, where else are you going to find such a soul family like this every single week of the year available for you? It's totally unique, and our intention is to provide a place of solace and peace at midweek to move you out of the stress of life or the news of the day. Let this be a time of rest and rejuvenation for all of us. If this is your first time seeing this program, you can check out everything about what we do every Wednesday at this simple address, cryonmasters.com/HW. For all of you joining us tonight, a sincere welcome to our Cryon Soul family.
And what better way to begin our evening than with some affirmations? And I really encourage you to participate with us. Following the affirmations, there'll be a short meditation from me and then a channeling from Cryon. So let's begin by slowing down our breathing. Focus on the area of your heart. Your heart is filled with infinite intelligence, and the cells of your body are listening to what you say. So let's say some positive, powerful words in the form of affirmations. I accept that change is always happening. I allow changes to occur, and I expect benevolence and good things in my life. I give the intent for my soul to come forward and guide me. I am peaceful with all that is around me.
I accept that change is always happening. I allow changes to occur, and I expect benevolence and good things in my life. I give the intent for my soul to come forward and guide me. I am peaceful with all that is around me.
I accept that change is always happening. I allow changes to occur, and I expect benevolence and good things in my life. I give the intent for my soul to come forward and guide me. I am peaceful with all that is around me. And as we keep that soft, gentle energy from saying those positive affirmations, I invite you to reflect upon how we can consciously create a haven of peace and relaxation. So I invite you now to close your eyes and just tune into the internal part of you. As we close our eyes, we free ourselves from outside directions. What are you able to feel and sense and perceive as you are there with only your ears listening to the outside influences around you? And in the silence that comes, what are the internal messages going on inside of you? For there is a golden angel inside you, always ever ready to communicate with you. And every communication always comes with the same energy. It is the energy from home. And this energy from home is best recognized as the energy of love. The energy of immense appreciation and gratitude and acknowledgement of the magnificence that makes up you. And so again, we ask that throughout the week, you spend time closing your eyes from outside stimulus so that you can tune in to the beautiful, loving messages that come from inside of you. But right now, we wish to invite Cryon to come forward with another message.
Is it true that there are great mysteries within the human body? Greetings, dear ones. I am Cryon of Magnetic Service, and I will tell you, there are mysteries to you at the moment because you couldn't believe what might actually be inside. This month, I offer you 4 mysteries within the human being. They're great mysteries, and each one of them is beyond that which is taught to you, beyond that which is recognized in science, perhaps, even esoterics. We are in a time of awakening, and I want to celebrate that. Humans are starting to emerge from a very low time of consciousness, of energy, that for eons have put the human backwards into simply a group that is grouped with animals, instead of the soul energy that is magnificent and that it has spiritual purpose. And in this shift that you're going through, I want to remind you what's inside. I take you to a place now that happens repeatedly. It's a laboratory where they are testing substances that have been developed for the healing of the human being in the form, perhaps, of a pill. And in this laboratory, those who report there will have a disease, perhaps, or symptoms, perhaps, or pain, perhaps. And they're looking for solutions that have never been before. And the company that is offering the solutions takes the group that reports and segments them into parts and takes the various pills they would have and makes them different colors and sizes and tests them. This group, please take this one, and it's different strengths, perhaps, of the developed drug or substance or even supplement. And the human then is asked to take the pill on perhaps a schedule and come back and report. Sometimes the strengths are different. Sometimes the quantities, perhaps a mixture, is different. This is a test. The humans report, they receive the pills, they go home, and they come back perhaps in a month, or maybe even longer, depending upon the duration that is required to assimilate that substance into the human body and have the body then react to it and do whatever is designed. I think all of you are familiar with this process. Almost every company that develops drugs uses this process. Before it's ever released. And so the humans come back and they file into a room where they fill out a form. What has happened to you? Has this helped? Is your pain gone? Or perhaps more dramatically, they will go through a blood test or maybe even imaging to see whether or not the substance took away or healed or worked with whatever was wrong with them and whatever the design was. And then the scientists take a look at the data. And this is where it gets good. And some of you know where I'm going. And the scientists will take a look from the company and they say, did this work? Did this not work? And they see one full group, a number that all had something in common. They had one kind of pill. And of that group, there was significant healing. Pain was gone. In some cases, blood tests revealed chemistry was cured. In some cases, the disease left. And instead of the scientists saying, this is great, and high-fiving each other and saying, we did it, they look at each other with consternation, because that was the placebo group. All of them received a sugar-coated pill. Nothing was in it. Now, that pill may not have been sugar-coated, but that is the phrase that is used for a placebo. Nothing was in it at all. Scientists and data and those in statistics call that a control group, and yet it was an uncontrolled group. And what happens next is very interesting, dear ones. What happens next in almost all cases, in the statistics, in the business of testing, is that those who received that pill and the results are either discounted or you try again, because it messes up the results of the real substance. I would like to tell you something about this. There's two layers of this. Wouldn't you think if someone takes a pill that has nothing in it and the disease goes away, that is what should be studied? You should stop everything else and say, why did that happen? The other layer is the disbelief or the discounting of it. Why is it that this is not more interesting to those who are responsible for helping human beings? It's the most amazing mystery of all. How can a human being have that kind of a reaction when there was nothing in the pill? How is it possible for a human being to go into a hospital, to have a diagnosis of cancer, come back, and suddenly have it gone? Missing. They have a name for that. The imaging will show it has just simply left the body, that there's something called spontaneous remission. As soon as the human found out what it was, it frightened the cells somehow so badly that it went away. That's even better than the placebo effect, wouldn't you say? The most amazing mystery present in the human being is this: how did this happen? There will be those who will say, well, there was divine intervention in all cases because the human was supposed to react that way and be cured of the disease. What if I tell you that instead something was triggered in the human being that let it cure itself? The human is designed to be balanced. Did you know that? The human being is designed to heal itself. And so often it does. And you get to see it over and over and over, and it really messes with the results, doesn't it? In an experimental test of a drug. They toss it to the side. Let's do it again. We're not really sure what happened here. The placebo effect got in the way. Imagine, the healing of the human being got in the way. We should do it again. What's wrong with this picture? One of the greatest mysteries that I want to tell you about what you know about yourself is, how does this happen? What can I tell you that you need to know? I will tell you this: it's built in. It's waiting for your intent. It's waiting for you to be relaxed and peaceful with it. It's waiting for your consciousness to believe that you can correct it. The person who takes that new pill, every single cell of their body is in total belief. If you can have a cell believe, it's believing that the pill will cure them. And then it does, and then they find out there was nothing there. That should tell you what's going on. Consciousness. That which you call consciousness, not brain power, not synapse, but the awareness that you have of consciousness, which is hooked to the other side of the veil and is part of that soul energy that you bring in, which is spectacularly divine, kicks into gear, and the chemistry of the body eliminates it. What a majesty is there. What a magnificence of chemistry is there. What a miracle of consciousness you have inside you. It's not a mystery. It's yours for the taking. And it requires belief, understanding, being able to become peaceful and eliminate fear. And those are the keys that will be able to allow you to cure yourself, even without a pill that you believe in. The pill, the missing pill, it has been called, is you. Your belief in yourself, the belief that is possible and that it's doable. I am talking to those perhaps in trouble right now with this very issue right now. There's something wrong. Or perhaps you've learned from the medical doctor of what the diagnosis is, carefully imaged. You perhaps have even seen the pictures or the results. What do you do next? Do you have the courage to get out of fear and be peaceful, knowing what I've just told you, that it happens daily? That a person says, I am a divine being, and inside me, I have the ability to control my own chemistry, to be such a high vibration that a low vibration disease will leave. Every day it happens, and it starts to diminish. And with that, there is encouragement and the strength of knowing you're winning, and it starts to diminish even more and more. No pill involved, except the one you have, called human consciousness, which is given to you directly from Spirit, from the source, yours, to work with in this amazing way. It's not really a mystery at all, but it's one of the greatest tools of the human. Balance. The ability to control health and do what you need for yourself to walk through a chaotic world. That's the best news I could ever give you as Cryon. I am Cryon in love with humanity. And so it is.
And following that uplifting, exquisite message from Cryon. I invite you to open your eyes if you've had your eyes closed and bring your awareness back into your body. Become a little more fully present. And as we discussed at the beginning of the program, this evening we are bringing you another Healing Wednesday special experience. And tonight's guest is from Australia and is known personally to Lee and I. And she has been on the program before, but never doing what she's going to do tonight. In addition, Jenny is a member of Healing Wednesday, and you may have even seen her comments in the live chat area. She's always giving wonderful healing energy and helpful advice to those who are there.
So let me tell you about Jenny Johnston. She's the founder of Quantum EFT and EFT for the Soul. Now, for those of you who do not know, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. For Jenny, this well-established technique is based on the combination of EFT tapping and also the spiritual teachings of Cryon. Jenny is a major experienced teacher in the EFT world and has taken it to a very high level. From my standpoint, perhaps the highest. She is also the senior trainer at EFT Universe, founded by Dr. Dawson Church of the United States. But that's not all. Jenny is also a past life regression hypnotherapist and continues this knowledge with Cryon's teaching about the cave of creation and mining the Akash. This is so that her clients can not only release patterns and fears and beliefs and sabotaging behavior from their life and past life, but also go back into other lifetimes and activate wonderful skills, gifts, higher consciousness, and biological healing.
So Jenny endeavours to inspire, touch and move people so that they can become whatever they desire and then see the possibilities that they are available to them, and then they can remove whatever is holding them back. Her passion, as part of a group of professional people who together practice energy psychology methods such as EFT and quantum EFT, is to bring these methods into the light of mainstream. Her experience tonight is designed to use tapping in a quantum way, that is the quantum EFT, to release trauma, sabotaging habits, behaviours and emotions in this life and every life to reveal your soul's higher learning and lessons. Okay, everyone, are you ready? Because I sure am, and I can't wait. Thank you, Jenny. Over to you.
Hello. And of course, it's the next day here because I'm in Australia and it's my morning. You can see the sun coming in here. So it's great to be with you. And you do know that the Cryon work is the basis of quantum EFT. So I've combined my skills as an EFT practitioner and trainer with the teachings of Cryon and with the method of tapping. I mean, Cryon is the magnetic master. And when we're tapping on our meridian points, we're working with our electromagnetic system. So what better way to talk to innate? Now, today, what I wanted to do, in the past, I talked about quantum EFT and how it came to be. But today, I want to introduce you to a certified EFT practitioner who's just trained with me. And Cheryl is from Vancouver. And she'll be my demonstration client today. She's also done one of the quantum EFT workshops. And she's booked in for the June one as well. So, Cheryl, are you there?
I am.
Awesome. So, Cheryl, you were a demonstration client actually in the last quantum EFT workshop, which was in March. And can you give just a quick scenario of what we worked on and how that impacted your life?
Oh, I was really surprised because I had never experienced anything quite like it, and I had been in a relationship that was probably the most difficult breakup that I'd ever had in my life, and was still feeling pretty wounded, and went into a quantum EFT session, and found myself in another lifetime in a relationship, a different kind of relationship with this man. And when I came back out, there was such clarity that was just like a chapter closed, and I understood the relationship, and I had no feelings of a broken heart or feeling rejected. I mean, it was amazing. I was actually blown away by it. So
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised when they get into the realm of quantum EFT because, as we know, EFT is so powerful, but quantum EFT is a whole different level. And we're working with soul patterns and karmic soul agreements and contracts with souls that we are represented with in this life. So, yeah, it can be quite powerful. And so thank you for agreeing to be our demonstration client today. And I just want to have you and I go through the points together so that other people watching this can tap along, because you know as well as I do that when you watch a video or tap along with somebody else, you will get borrowed benefits, because when you're tapping, the research shows that brainwaves go into the subconscious range. And so your own subconscious will identify similar behaviors or patterns or memories that you've experienced when you're tapping along with someone else. Because if we're tapping on loss or grief, or we're tapping on some sort of emotion and your memory, then the other person is going to have their own similar memories of loss and grief, etc. So Monika and Lee, I give you the opportunity to tap along too if you wish, and as well as everyone else who's watching this. So the main points that we work on is the side of the hand, and this is where we do the start or the setup statements. The next point is the top of the head. So if you go from your ears up to the top of your head, that is the crown, and that's where all the meridians meet. Then we have the start of the hairs of the eyebrow. We have the bone at the corner of the eye. We have the bone under the eye, right under the pupil, and that's the end point of the stomach meridian for anxiety. We have the point under the nose, so the fleshy part under the nose, and that's for unsupported, feeling unsupported. This point under the chin, or the chin under, that is for feeling overwhelmed. And these 2 points are the start and ends of the meridians that go in front and behind of our whole body. This one, overwhelmed. Then this one, if you follow the collarbone in and find the 2 knobbles at the end of the collarbone point, you come down about 1 inch, and that's a little hollow there. That's the collarbone point, and that's for fear. And then about 4 inches under the armpit, round about where the bottom of the bra strap is, Lee, when you're wearing it, and that's the underarm point. So they're the main points that we use. And all of these points relate to different organs and different emotions in the body. So it is the electromagnetics of the body that we're working with, as well as brainwaves going into the subconscious range, as well as we're working with innate, so body consciousness, like when you go to a kinesiologist and they ask a question and then they muscle test and the body answers. So we have body consciousness that we're working with, as well as subconsciousness, as well as our consciousness is present. However, we're also using the principles and teachings of Cryon when we're working with all pieces and parts of our DNA. So not just our current DNA, but also the multidimensional DNA, or as the Americans would like to say, multi-dimensional layers of DNA. And that's where all of our past lives are stored. So we're addressing both parts of our DNA. We're also inviting guides and higher self and asking them, where does this come from originally? What I'm feeling now in this current life. so that I can process and release it back to its origins. So you'll notice a lot of Cryon language when I'm speaking. And I know, Cheryl, you've already done one of the quantum workshops, so you've also listened to the quantum EFT required parables that we listen to, which is the Angela and her guide friends, so that you understand about soul contracts, and the past lives, present fears, so you understand about how our past lives and patterns and beliefs are carried through into this life. And also the Akashic system. And you can find all of these on the Cryon website, but also on my Quantum EFT website. So those are the three main channelings that I have in the Quantum EFT workshop, and that's what I recommend that everyone listen to. So the Akashic system talks about us going to the cave of creation, and that's something that we do in the past life regression. So we will also be visiting higher masters or higher self and get the lesson and the learning from a lifetime if that's where you go. Obviously, with Quantum EFT, I don't know where we're going to go. And you probably don't either.
No, I trust you.
Yeah, and I trust the process, and I trust guides and higher self will lead us where we need to go, and that's where we do go. All right, so let's just start, and everyone start tapping here. And Cheryl, just tune in, inviting guides and higher self, and asking, what is it that I need to work on today? Just tell me what's coming up for you.
I have a pattern of waking up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. and nothing that I have ever done has ever been able to break that cycle. And sometimes I can't go back to sleep. And this has been going on even as a teenager, as a child. And I've seen a lot of people who are supposed to help me. I've bought every program. I've used regular EFT, and I cannot figure out where it came from. So,
Okay. And often Cryon will say that it's a wink from spirit, saying we're here. And but what happens to you? What's your experience, and how early do you remember, even as a teenager?
yeah, even as a teenager, I couldn't sleep through the night. Most teenagers can sleep till noon. I was, not me. I never could. Absolutely never could.
All right. So give me an example of a time when you couldn't sleep as young as you can remember, and how that felt for you.
I think I was in elementary school, the time I'm thinking of, and I woke up and it was dark in the room, and I felt afraid of something, but I was not afraid of the dark. I wake up with like anxiety, like I had a bad dream, but I don't remember a dream happening.
Okay. So how does your body feel anxiety?
When I think about that, it's there's a tenseness in my stomach. My heart is pounding a little faster, and I can sometimes I can actually feel it pulsing in my body.
Yeah. And when we do regular EFT, we mark it out of 10 at, how this is with SUDS. But with quantum EFT, I don't want to go to the linear number system. I just want you to tune into it, because we're going into a quantum state, right?
Okay.
So to change my words and make them more real for you if that's what you need to do, and to tell me if something pops up, okay? Even though I have this pattern of not being able to sleep all the way through the night.
Even though I have this pattern of not being able to sleep all through the night.
And I often wake at 2 a.m.
And I usually wake at 2 a.m.
And I feel this panic in my chest.
And I feel this panic in my chest.
And my stomach.
And my stomach.
like my heart is beating out of my chest.
Like my heart is beating out of my chest.
And I ask my body, my subconscious, my guides, and higher self,
I ask my body, my subconscious, my guides, and my higher self,
where does this fear come from? Like I've had a bad dream.
where does this fear come from? Like I've had a bad dream.
So that I can process and release it all the way back to its origins.
So that I can process and release it all the way back to its origin.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
As it no longer serves me now.
As it no longer serves me now.
Going through the points. Top of the head. I remember waking as early as elementary school.
I remember waking as early as in elementary school.
Waking in the dark.
Waking in the dark.
As if I'm afraid of something.
As if I'm afraid of something.
Like I've had a bad dream.
Like I've had a bad dream.
My heart pounding.
My heart pounding.
Feeling panic and anxiety in my chest and my stomach.
Panic and anxiety in my chest and my stomach.
I wonder what I'm afraid of.
I wonder what I'm afraid of.
Waking in the dark.
Waking in the dark.
Asking my guides and higher self.
Asking my guides and higher self.
My current DNA and the multi-dimensional DNA.
Current DNA and multi-dimensional DNA.
Where does this come from originally?
Where does this come from originally?
Let me know if anything's coming up.
Stop it.
Sometimes you might get a finish.
I'm hiding. And the ground is cold and damp. I think I'm in a shack or a hut or something, and I can hear a noise.
Are you male or female?
And I can hear a scream. They're taking away my mother and my baby sister.
Who's they?
I don't know. I can't see them. But they're not my father. My father's gone. He's not there.
How old are you?
Maybe 4 or 5.
So I
I'm
want you
under
to
a
breathe.
blanket or something.
Hmm?
I'm under a blanket.
Right, you're hiding.
I'm hiding. Ooh, I'm
All right,
all
so
alone.
I want you to freeze that whole scene.
Okay.
And I want you to step back in time. Your soul now. Let's continue tapping on the collarbone. Your soul now going back in time. All the way back to that little you hiding under the blanket, freezing everyone and everything around her. Is it a girl or boy? Are you a girl or boy?
A girl.
Girl. Pulling the blanket off her and letting her know she's safe. Holding her and tapping on her. Letting her know you've come back in time from another lifetime. And she's safe with you. Tapping on her to release the fear of everything she can hear and can't see in the dark. Her mum and her siblings being taken away. And now help her rise above that lifetime into spirit, way above it. Way above that lifetime, looking down on it without emotion, observing, being surrounded by beings of light. And as she goes up even higher, she joins with her higher self, begins to get understanding and higher learning and lesson about her soul contract, her soul agreements. She goes even higher to the master beings of light, master guides. Ask the master beings of light, what's the higher learning and lesson from that lifetime?
Everything I need will come to me when I need it. I just have to trust and believe that.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? So bring that higher learning and lesson back down to that little girl hiding under the blanket, tapping that into her. Everything will come to her when she needs it. It's safe. Allowing her to understand her soul contract and agreement with her mother, her siblings, and those who took them away. Letting her know she's not alone. Allow her to see her guides who are always there with her. Allow her to feel safe. Allow her to go back to sleep easily. What else does she need?
Just to know that she's loved.
Let her know she's loved. Take her somewhere safe. Let her know she can call on you from the future whenever she needs you, and her guides are there, keeping her safe. And whatever she needs will come to her when she needs it. Then bring this higher learning and knowledge into you now, into your current DNA, knowing that it's safe to sleep all through the night. You no longer need to wake in fear. Have it speak to from the multidimensional DNA into your current DNA, having it speak to the blueprint of the stem cells. You feel yourself sleeping all through the night, safely with your guides beside you. It's safe now. Tapping down under the arm. You give permission to sleep safely all through the night. Repeat my words. I give all pieces and parts of me permission
I give all pieces and parts of me permission
to sleep soundly all through the night.
to sleep soundly all through the night.
I no longer need to be afraid of the dark.
I no longer need to be afraid of the dark.
All that I need will be brought to me when I need it.
All that I need will be brought to me when I need it.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
I am loved.
I am loved.
And I send that to all pieces and parts of me now.
I send that to all pieces and parts of me now.
So just close your eyes and tune in to that little girl in the other lifetime now. And as if you can see her life progressing. How is she feeling? How's her life gone? With her guides. She has love. She knows she's not alone.
She's with a family.
Mm-hmm.
And she sleeps through the night. Gets lots of cuddles.
Mm-hmm.
She's happy.
Awesome. Now I want you to picture yourself tonight sleeping safely in your bed, your guides there with you. And before you know it, it's morning. And you haven't woken. You're safe and loved. How does that feel? Possible? Probable.
Yeah, it seems it feels probable. That's better than I felt for a long time about sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So try to bring that fear up again. Can you bring it up?
Not right now, no.
No. Gone.
Magic.
When we started, you could bring it up like that, couldn't you?
Yes, I could. I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to sleeping all night tonight.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing about it. Thanks, Cheryl. So back to you, Lee and Mon.
So, what I would like, Jenny, that was wonderful. Are there some tapping that you can take us through to, instead of working on an issue, perhaps there's some tapping techniques that we can do to get out of fear, or just if we feel like we're in anxiety or turmoil and it's not necessarily a past life issue, but some kind of tapping where it will settle down our system and move us from fear and anxiety.
You know, it could be a past life issue. We just don't know. But so many people are in fear, and would like to say, is there a way that I, in general, can get out of this fear I'm feeling about whatever it is?
Yeah. So everyone feels fear differently. So I want you to tune into your own fear and where you're feeling it in your body, and how your body experiences fear and what memories pop in when you think of fear. So I would start with, even though I feel this fear in my body and my mind, I thank my body and my mind for holding on to it to protect me. But it no longer serves me now. And as a being of light, I have full free choice. And it's my choice and my instruction to all pieces and parts of me to process and release this fear out of my body, out of my mind, all the way back to its origins. in this life and every life. All this fear in my body, fearful thoughts, fearful feelings. My heart might be racing, churning in my stomach, tightness in my neck and shoulders, heaviness in my heart and my chest. All these feelings in my body and my mind, I give my body permission to release them now so that I can choose to feel peace and calmness, knowing that at a soul level all is well. All is well at a soul level. Even when I see horrible things happening in the world and I feel helpless or powerless, I honor their soul journeys. I honor their soul agreements. I help them connect to their guides and their higher purpose. And I release my reaction. Me being anxious doesn't help. And I choose to send them love and connection to their guides and higher self. And I ask my guides to be put in my sweet spot where I'm meant to be, for my highest good and the highest good of humanity. I choose peace, and I send peace from my heart out to all the souls that are not experiencing peace. Deep breath.
I definitely felt a shift. I wasn't saying the words out loud because I wanted the experience to be from you, but I'm sure that I still felt it as though I was saying it to the cells of my body.
Yeah. And it is, as Cryon says, it is important to speak out loud to your cells. So it's good to be able to tap along to a video, but if you can say your own words of what you're feeling out loud so that your body and your cells hear it, because cells are listening, right, Lee? And so we want to be able to give our body permission to release that. We want to say, I am the master of my being. I do have free choice. I give permission and I choose and instruct my body to release this. It doesn't serve me.
So I love that we've been able to go through a technique to get out of fear. Is there a very quick something you can do in the morning to activate gratitude and just lift you up to start the day?
Yeah. So any affirmations that you want to, or that you've got, even the Cryon affirmation of the month, right? Tap that in. Don't just speak it out loud, but tap it in, because when you're tapping, you're also releasing any resistance or stuck energy. So perhaps, Monika, do you have the affirmation for the month and we could tap it in together? I'm not sure what the affirmation of the month is.
That's okay. I'm going to say it and then I will follow you for where to do the tapping. So the first, So the first one is, I accept that change is always happening.
I accept that change is always happening.
I allow changes to occur and I expect benevolence and good things in my life.
Well, that's a long one.
Yeah. So I allow changes to occur.
I allow changes to occur.
And I expect benevolence.
And I expect benevolence.
and good things in my life.
Good things in my life.
I give the intent for my soul to come forward and guide me.
I give the intent for my soul to come forward and guide me.
I am peaceful with all that is around me.
I am peaceful with all that is around me.
And so that's the complete series.
Any affirmations or feelings of gratitude that if you have a gratitude diary that you want to tap in, then that's a really great thing to do, is to say them out loud and tap them and give your body permission to accept it and to release any resistance to having this flow through your body and in your life and your life energy.
I definitely feel a difference in having tapped with the affirmations. I almost feel that it became more potent and intense.
Yes, it amplifies, but at the same time, it's releasing any resistance to that through your electromagnetic system, through your subconscious, through your body consciousness. So it's a lot more powerful to say affirmations and tap them at the same time.
Wow. Well, you have given us a wonderful tool. I'm not sure we'll be able to do the tapping in the weeks to come, but I love affirmations because they are powerful, and we'll keep presenting the affirmations as we have been. But then when you watch the replays of these videos, of these programs, I really encourage you now to tap along to them. And I think, Jenny, you gave us the tapping to start with. It's on the hands. Let's just do it one last time with Jenny.
Last time thank you. I wanted to see it
start
one
on
more
the
last time.
hands.
The hand. Mm-hmm.
Top of the head.
Top of the head.
Start at the hairs of the eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
Bone at the corner of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Bone under the pupil.
Mm-hmm.
Fleshy part under the nose. Crease of the chin. Under the lip. Collarbone. And under the arm.
Now, you're doing it on one side of your head. Does it matter if you're left-handed or right-handed? How that works?
I usually swap over because when you're doing an hour session,
so it doesn't make a difference. Okay, good. Yeah. All right.
Some people tap both, but all the meridians cross over and link, so it doesn't really matter.
Perfect. And I'll make sure I give Lee one of my bras so you can.
So I can practice.
Yes. The underarm.
And we'll take photos of it and let everybody see it here on the show.
There's some things you want to share with us and some things you don't.
Thank you, Jenny. My whole system feels like every piece and part of me has been soothed, touched and massaged and loved. Yeah. Any final words from you, Jenny?
Yeah, obviously Quantum EFT goes in different directions with each session, and you've only seen a little snippet, and thank you again, Cheryl, for today. But I have created a free Q&A Zoom event for June 11th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and you can get to that through my website. But I also have a page that is quantumeft.com.au/Cryon-members. And on that page, there's a whole lot of free stuff. So there's my YouTube channel, EFT Australia, which is one word, that has hundreds of videos in the Quantum EFT playlist. And I suggest that you discern for yourself as you look down the list which ones resonate with you, and then tap along to those. There's also on that Cryon members page, there's the Quantum EFT suggestions for the parables and the Akashic system that you can access from there. There's also a recorded copy of a past life regression and mining the Akash regression that I do in the workshop, the Quantum EFT workshop. And so that's available for you to download and practice in the safety and quietness of your own home.
Beautiful offerings.
Great.
So we are going to take a short break, and then we'll see you all back here for the Circle of 12.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. And I would like to thank Jenny Johnston for what she showed us. You know, many people have heard of EFT and even tapping for a long time. But here was a full demonstration of how it works by perhaps one of the best EFT practitioners that we know. So, again, thanks to Jenny and also to Cheryl.
And I love that Jenny was able to bring us a new tool that we can use in combination with affirmations. I love you can just tap as you say those affirmations, and as Jenny said, if there's any resistance in your subconscious, it'll just go away. So again, I encourage you to do those tappings when you do your affirmations. So the new Wednesday night format you've just experienced is going to happen again. Lee and I and the team with Solopreneur, we're busy behind the scenes planning to give you more of these experiences as we continue to embrace the new changes Cryon is guiding us. We know you're going to be blessed every week.
Cryon says it's time for this enhanced type of program and for all of us to be ready to receive gifts and tools from these special guests to complement the energy of Cryon. And speaking of changes, tomorrow, that's Monika and I, are flying together to Mount Ida in Hot Springs, Arkansas, to present together at a special live event. Monika and I are beginning to renew the idea of live Cryon conferences, a big change since COVID. But we want to see you again in person. This is one of the reasons. It's nothing like seeing you live in the chairs. It's not too late to come play with us in Arkansas in this crystal-rich environment for a 4-day live event. I know, it's only 2 days away since it starts on the 7th of June, but there are still places left. You can still make it. It's going to be very special, not live streamed anywhere. There's no replay, and it'll be filled with activities that we never do anywhere else, like, for instance, mining your own crystal, a crystal that's waiting for you with your name on it, I'm sure, in an actual crystal mine. If you wish to see more, just go to cryonmasters.com, see the pull-down menu labeled Events, and it's there. Easy. So for now, let's continue in what we call Miracle Moments, one of our favorite sections on the program.
So this week's miracle moment, it comes from Vicky. And Vicky says, I was diagnosed with essential tremors many years ago. They progressively had gotten worse. I would not even order soup at a restaurant because I would be embarrassed. Well, right after the first green mist experience, I felt something different. And wouldn't you know that a couple of days ago, I had chowder at a restaurant and my hand was steady. I still grabbed my martini with both hands, but isn't this amazing? I get chills writing about it. Thank you all for your miracle moments. Your prayers, blessings, and benevolence in our lives has made such a difference. I love that story, Vicky, and I have to say I have this big, huge smile on my face, picturing you with such joy, having your soup with your hand no longer trembling, and then I can really picture you with the martini glass, and I'm cheers and toasting you and your success with my martini as well. Thank you for sharing. And the power of prayer is huge. We can make a difference just by sending love, benevolence, compassionate energy with our focused intent. It really does make a difference. So I'd like to invite you now to join with me in sending focused, targeted prayers of help, love, and support to those who are requesting it. So I invite you to close your eyes and focus on the area of your heart. Your heart has infinite intelligence. Your heart is always beating, flooding your body with life, oxygen-filling blood. Even when you are sleeping, your beautiful heart continues to beat. And as we focus on our heart area now, all of us in this moment with that same intention, there is a field of coherence that we begin to create with each other. And what that means is that you are joining with many others to amplify the prayers of benevolence that we wish to send. And so imagine in front of you now is a multi-dimensional list that contains the names of those who are asking for help. There is a specific request. And when that request is made, it means that there is an allowance to receive prayers of love and support. And so that permission has been given to us to now send a wave of love, compassion, benevolence, understanding to those who are requesting it. So we'll just focus now on a wave of love and appreciation and compassion emanating out from our heart centers, and with the intelligence that exists within the field around us, the soul essence of every human, that is being received and delivered to all of those who are requesting help. And know that you too are included. And if you are participating in this and you have other people you wish to add, let us invite those in to the experience now. We are now inviting in others who wish to join in the benefit of receiving our prayers of love and compassion. They too are included. And so now there is nothing more to do. Those prayers have been sent, they've been willingly accepted. And it is time for you now to welcome in Cryon and the Circle of 12.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Cryon. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. It's an invitation that is always given in this fashion. For this we call the Circle of 12. Named more after the structure of the universe and the way all things work rather than individuals or any kind of a table with those sitting around it. It is a picture of the way your soul works as well. Some want to think there are 12 masters sitting around a table and you are there well. As you can see that, you can say that, you can be there if you wish. Whatever works that makes you understand that you're important enough to be at that table, or you're important enough to be seen as part of the majesty of the universe, you, your name, all that you are. And this is why we are here to honor you tonight, individually, each one. You are known to God, to Source, to Spirit, known in a way that is beautiful, as a family member, a friend. Your soul is important. It's important because it has been here forever, dear ones. It is a piece of God. How long has God been here? Your soul is an actual part of creation. There are those who say, well, when was the soul actually created? And it never was. It is a part of that, which is the Creator. That's not something you were ever told. Humans want a linear history of how things happened, when they happened, and how they work. This is different. You cannot explain the workings of God, of Source, can you? And your soul is much the same. We go on a trip to your soul. Every single Wednesday we do it again. Let's go across that bridge, that mystical, magical, magnificent strand which connects what you know to what you don't know. Come with me now. Take my hand. Dear ones, you cross this bridge into a land that some of you have been before. Many of you have not. We invite you to consider this a realistic visualization. In other words, it's not fantasy. Because there are so many who can now travel to that which is their soul essence. The bridge does not take you to a place, it takes you within. And some would call it a place of peace, of serenity, of home. You can call it what you wish. But this is where you come from. This is home. Every single time you come to the earth or any other planet you've ever been to, with that soul of yours working this galaxy, this universe, this is home. And it's filled with so many other soul pieces and parts that we have discussed. And yet you hold your own identity as a piece of the majesty of the Creator. But you also carry with you right now your humanism, the name that you have, the consciousness that you have on the planet right now. You really have one foot in two areas. One is the human area, the other is the divine soul area. You are both. And you stand there in all that is you, seen by God and the others as magnificent. And what we're going to do tonight, it's not going to surprise you, but some of you have had this before, some of you never have. I'll take you there, I'll explain it, and then together we'll do it. Move with me through a door that has a name above it, which is your name, which you cannot read because it's your soul name. And it's not in letters, dear ones. It's not in symbols either. It's in light. And there would be those who say, how can you have a name above a door in light? And the answer is yes. These are multidimensional things. Things which don't occur this way on the planet. They're mystical, their majesty is there for you to look at. Sometimes they're mysterious. But in the soul, all of these things are normal for you. Things you would call magic on the planet are normal for you here. So let's experience one of them. Through the door you go into an area which is small. In fact, it's as small as a room. But this room is like no other you have seen. It's your room. Let's call it the room of peace. Let's call it the room of solution, of healing, of whatever you want to call this, where you sit in a chair in a small area and you feel only love and beauty and peace. There's nothing like it. It's small because it's intimate, like the love for you from the angels that surround you in so many invisible ways. This room has a chair and invites you to sit. And the room is green. Now, what we're going to do next is something we do every single month on the green mist. I asked my partner to create the green mist program because it will facilitate healing. It will facilitate peacefulness and solutions over fear. And it's something that it not only will facilitate, but it will remain in the human being. Not an experience that goes away, but a solution that stays. That's what the green mist is for. So tonight, we're going to emulate a part of the green mist. It's the healing part. It's the last part of every healing mist episode. And it always will be, dear ones, for it involves the essence of the healing power of the human being for themselves. It's an invitation for you to visualize the healing in your own body, whether it is physical, psychological, conscious, unconscious, even that which is past life energies, whatever it is that you would like to take away that doesn't belong with your magnificence. That's the kind of healing. And we allow it by visiting that entity which we call Saint Germain. And Saint Germain has a tool for humans specifically, and it is a tool of visualization that helps the human concentrate on one thing: their own chemistry, their own healing, their own peacefulness. And the tool is called the violet flame. I want you to sit down. I want you to put your hands wherever they are, touching yourself perhaps on your heart, and get ready to meet Saint Germain. Saint Germain comes forward as an energy of love, not as a saint, not as a body, not as a visualization, but it pours through you. This Saint Germain energy is a visualization tool for humans to heal themselves. The healing does not come from any saint or any manifested flame in their minds. It comes as a solution for a consciousness that focuses on a healer. Almost like the placebo is needed for the belief system of a human to say, I can do this, I'm taking the pill, here we go. And then suddenly, there is healing. This Saint Germain energy is yours right now. Let's investigate it. This violet flame is here for you. It's all a setup. It's a setup for you to heal yourself in a way perhaps you didn't think you could. Come with me into this flame if you wish and see it burning up all the inappropriate things that don't need to be there anymore. Some of you are in grief. Some of you are in sorrow. And it doesn't go away. It's almost like a disease, isn't it? It stays and stays, never goes. I want you to see it burning up right now in its entirety, because you don't need to have it there. There's no reason, dear ones, for this to plague you. Some are in trouble. There are things in your body, and you don't know why they're there, and you're worried about them, and so is your family. I know who's listening. I want you to see them burned up in the flame, or perhaps starting to burn up, so that in the following days and weeks, slowly they disappear. There will be those of you who can put all of your pain in this flame if you wish. It's a tool of realization, the realization that the flame is the magnificence of God in you, and anything you put in there goes away. This is not magic. This is the mystical energy of the human being's power that is divine as they walk this planet to heal themselves. It explains all the things we channeled about. See it spontaneously remiss, move away from you, so that when you are finished sitting in this chair, you can say to yourself out loud, it has begun. What has begun is the permanent and complete healing of something you didn't think could go away. That is the magic of the human being's majesty and magnificence and power that seems to be such a mystery to so many. Can a human being heal themselves? They can take that which is their God self inside, their connection to the source that all humans have, and do it and do it now. Would you like to sit there for a while? How would you like to sit and be healed for a while? This is the violet flame. We're going to keep that flame alive for you. For the next few minutes, stay. I want you to feel this. This is indeed part of that which is the green mist, which we do every month. And we're doing it again here for those who have not experienced it. We wish you to feel this, the power of it, the reality of it, the possibility that it's completely and totally yours. You were born with this ability. Use it. You can do this. Now you know why I am Cryon, so in love with all of you. And so it is.